Hi everyone, it's Linda. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. I have another daily dose here ready for you. I have also something a little special and new for you for these daily dose readings. Recently, a dear friend of mine has designed and produced this incredible oracle deck. This is the box that it comes in. It's called Prophecies. This is volume 1. I believe that the first limited edition of these has already sold out. But I will leave all the links below in the description box for you to find Naomi and all her socials and her email. I would suggest you sign up for her email list so that when the second drop is released, you will know about it if you're interested in purchasing this deck. I'm just in love. I'm in love with Naomi and I'm in love with the art. This is the back of the cards. They printed on this beautiful black matte stock. So what I've decided to do is, so for those of you who have been here before and you watch these readings regularly, you'll know that a few readings back I explained how I bulk read and organize my channel so that I can be efficient with my workload and with my time. And so usually I will sit down and do 5 or 6 or 7 readings in one session and then edit them and upload them to be scheduled to move out every couple of days on the channel. So what I've decided to do with this deck is to use it as an overarching theme for each series of readings that are done in one session so that we can kind of track and follow the energies that are moving and the overarching theme that we are working with through each series of readings as they get channeled through. So let's pick one of these. Let's shuffle them. So let's see what the theme for this series of readings is going to be. Take this one off the top. We have untangle. Interesting, untangle. Just beautiful imagery. Beautiful. So let's see if we can find a place to keep that. Now I'm going to read from you, from the little booklet, from Naomi's own words. Let's see if I can find it. Untangle. Untangle. Keywords: healing, self-care, and growth. This card interprets the act of untangling as a process of healing through unraveling old patterns. The figure in the card is seated under a full moon. Her hair is long and she appears to be combing it with her fingers. There is a serpent wrapped around her body, almost as though it were part of her. Their forms collide and overlap, and there is no telling where one starts and the other ends. This card insinuates a powerful period of self-care. There is an ease to which the character is sitting. Time is not an issue. She is patiently working through the knots and tangles with caution and sensitivity, ensuring that there are no breakages. Her long hair flowing down to her roots, storing valuable experience as she has accumulated over the years. It is time for her to use these moments, good and bad, to her advantage and grow. Questions. What crucial moments, good or bad, have shaped you as a human being? How are you using your vulnerabilities as building blocks for growth? All right, beautiful. So that's going to be the overarching theme as we look at the messages that are going to come through for the next series of daily dose readings. So what we have here is where you are now. You'll remember from one of the last readings there was this card in the same position, in the same orientation as well. The challenge you face is the Ace of Wands in reverse. The resources you can use, 6 of Wands. The hidden forces is the Lovers. And the potential outcome, 4 of Wands. 3 Wands cards in the reading, 2 major arcana. And let's pull one rune here for the spiritual lesson. All right. All right, let me have a second here to tune into this energy. Well, the Devil card and the Lovers coming out together is always interesting to see in a reading. They're kind of similar energies, right? Like the Lovers is number 6 from the Major Arcana, and the Devil is number 15, which adds to 6 as well. So they're kind of like the Lovers is kind of maybe an overtone of the Devil card, or something like that, or like the Lovers card and the Devil card might be shadow and light aspects of the same energy, let's say. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you would have in the Lovers card and in the Devil's card 2 figures. They look very similar in the Rider-Waite deck. In the Lovers card, there would be like an angelic figure here, kind of helping the union of the masculine and feminine energy become as enlightening or as evolved as it can be. And in the Devil card, you would have the masculine and feminine energies here, with this energy of constraint or restriction or obsession symbolized by the Devil, kind of chaining the 2 of them to each other. So rather than the union representing the possibility or the potential for freedom and liberation, rather it encapsulates the energy of the union becoming masked by maybe perverse behaviors or obsession, dependency, attachment, confinement, restriction, and limitation. So there's that. But because the Lovers is here in this card, in this reading, in the position of the hidden forces, I feel that there is still that potential in this energy, but something needs to be untangled, right? It's almost like the untangle card in this reading is almost representing the energy that the Devil card is kind of showing up as here, with the potential of the Lovers being what's available to you in the hidden forces, and that it's just what's on offer here, or what's possible here is the ability to overcome that the dependency or obsession or bondage or debilitation that might be currently present given the energy of the Devil in this reading. So Ace of Wands in reverse in the position of the challenge here. It does kind of feel like for some people, maybe the sexual connection of this union is maybe overriding or is given too much priority in the situation or in the connection, and that might be what the debilitation or the obsessiveness or the bondage is. It could just be that the sexual energy is so strong and so what's the word, primal, maybe, that other energies are not maybe given enough room to breathe, to be able to be understood and explored. And rather than there being a liberation through the union, there could be a kind of what is it, stagnation maybe, or a kind of loss of self perhaps. There could just be too much of addiction or attachment to the other person, because the sexual energy may be so strong and so profound and so good, let's say, that it might be causing you to feel entangled with a person, and maybe you're losing a little bit of your sense of self, right? Because in the position of what are the hidden forces here, we have the Six of Wands in the upright position. So this is giving a really beautiful reminder here that to remember your self-confidence and remember your self-worth. Remember your sense of power and self-authority, and don't lose yourself in another person waiting for them to recognize how powerful you are. Okay, I feel that there's some of that energy in this reading. Like you might be giving away too much of your power to somebody, hoping that they will see how amazing you are. But instead, you're actually just being, your energy might be start to feel a little debilitated because you are giving up too much of that responsibility of self-love over to somebody else. That was kind of deep and maybe a little bit hard for some of you to hear. But I think it's important here. To be really clear about that, to be really clear about the value and importance of self-love in a dynamic with somebody else, and how dangerous it is to try to gain your sense of self-worth from someone else loving you or from someone else seeing you. You got to see yourself first. You got to lift yourself up. You got to acknowledge your own self. You got to acknowledge your own power and authority and preciousness first, and not try to get that from somebody else. Because for someone watching this, there might be some kind of like, you might be using your sexual energy to, it might be also in the other way. It could be the other way here in this reading, where you're using your sexual energy or your sexual power to entrap or to what's the right word? Attach is kind of the right word here. Like, you might be trying to utilize your sexual energy to bond somebody to you because you are, maybe you lack in self-worth in some areas, or you might lack in self-love, let's say. So you're misappropriating your sexual energy to make somebody addicted to you, or to addicted to your sexual energy or your sexual prowess, let's say. That could be there for somebody. Now, I kind of covered the lovers here in this reading already. I'm going to go into the Four of Wands here in the position of potential outcome. And with this rune here in the reverse position, this is called Berkano. It represents the birch tree, but it's in reverse here in this reading. So in the upright position, there is like regenerative power. It represents spring. It's new growth. It's prosperity of a venture or an enterprise. But in the reverse position, it could be domestic issues or anxiety about someone who's close to you and the way they see you, right? Anxiety about the way they see you. Like I was saying here, like the hidden forces here in this reading is Six of Wands. It's saying that you need to care more about how you see yourself and care less about how other people see you. You care too much about how other people see you. You want energy from people because of the way they see you. And that's not right. That's not correct. That will never end well. You need to care more about how you feel about yourself and less about how other people see you. Stop caring about how other people see you. Now, also with this rune, it's about arousal and desire. So there's also a sexual energy in there as well. Again, in the reverse position, I feel like there's something in this reading about a misappropriation of sexual energy in order to kind of energetically force someone to be attached or bonded to you. And it seems unhealthy to me, and that's what needs to be untangled. Finding your self-worth in who you are and not gaining a sense of self-worth or self-value over another, or a sense of, let me get my sentence right here. How I'm feeling this is somebody's watching this reading is misusing their sexual energy to create an attachment or a bond between them and another person in an unhealthy way. Maybe because they lack self-esteem and they maybe don't see themselves as worthy in other ways for their true nature, for their true self. So they're using sexual energy to kind of get somebody to be bonded and attached to them. And there's danger in that. This is definitely a warning, I would say, in this reading. So for some people, it might not be like out and out sexualized energy, but there's something in the way that you might be utilizing your energy to create attachments with other people or with one other person so that you can gain a sense of self-value because of the way that person becomes attached to you. So Four of Wands here, the potential outcome. I would say the potential outcome here is that there is potential for celebration. There is potential for a healthy union. There is potential for magic and a kind of balanced and rightful connection with someone that's healthy and satisfactory and satisfying. But that will take work on your behalf to do that, and untangling, to make that to make sense of what this energy is here that's being shown in the cards, to make you realize like maybe how you're misappropriating your own energy and creating an unhealthy attachment or an unhealthy bond with somebody. And to reverse that, to untangle that with patience, with diligence, with care, with self-love, to come to a place where there can be satisfying results and rewards for that work. Okay, I don't know if there's much more here I can pull up. Just give me a second to sit with this energy a little bit longer. As much as there's this strong, powerful major arcana cards in this reading, I really feel like this card is the loudest and it's maybe the most important energy that I can speak on in this spread. It's so important for you to value yourself. It's so important for you to care about how you feel, about how you are, and to stop giving energy away by wanting people to see your value or to see you a certain way. You got to stop caring how other people think about you and see you. You only got to care about how you see yourself. Otherwise, that's toxic. Don't be toxic. Oh, sorry, that was a bit loud. Yeah, untangle. Untangle your own behavior. Untangle your own toxic kind of unconscious behavior here of creating unhealthy attachments and bonds with people based on what value you can create or what kind of dependency that you can create on you from other people. Be more healthy in the way that you relate to others. Be more humble. Be more proud of yourself. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your success, of how far you've come, of all the work you've put in. You don't need to do this in this way. You don't need to create a sense of value for yourself based on building dependencies of other people upon you, because you need that energy. You need that sense of reward and satisfaction and accomplishment and success from the way other people see you and the way that other people need you. It's not healthy. Don't do it. It can be a kind of addiction in itself too, right? Like that's also the devil energy. It's a bit of an addictive kind of tendency. You could be addicted to the way that you feel when you get energy from people in the way that you get them to see you a certain way that you want them to see you. All right, friends. You know I always bring it straight and direct. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. Just delivering the message without any fluff or without any sugarcoating. So I hope that message finds you well. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope there's some things in there you can work with. Obviously, not all the messages are going to be for everybody. These are energy transmissions for the collective. So just see the spectrum of what's being described here and take what's useful for you and what's relevant for you. My friends, sending love. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next reading. And don't forget, if you're interested in finding out more about this deck, you can find all the links in the description box below. All right. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.